coming back, when you come to quantitative reasoning, 31 minutes, 31 questions, 62 minutes is the structure in quantitative reasoning. 31 minutes, 31 questions, 62 minutes is the structure in quantitative reasoning. And essentially, the way it goes is that the question difficulty. I mean, as you know, the GMAT is an adaptive exam. It's an adaptive exam. So the quality of the questions keeps increasing as you keep getting questions right. If you keep getting questions wrong, you'll start getting easier questions. I've even had a student who has had this question in the GMAT, which meant that his paper went very bad. What is the square? X is equal to this. What is the value of x square? So this is the class 5 question, class 6 question. So this indicates that basically the paper of the student started going south, either because of skill or because of performance. And the GMAT starts, I mean, GMAT has a question bank at the 200, 300 level also. The GMAT has a question bank at the 300, 400 level also. The GMAT has a question bank at 400, 500 level also. And going forward, the GMAT has question banks at the 700 to 800 level. And you need to understand that QA has a maximum band of 51 and verbal also has a maximum band of 51. And the GMAT, let me just share with you a typical the chart that shows you your GMAT scores based on your performance on the quants and the verbal part. So what happens is if you start hitting your so this is a typical score chart of the GMAT. And if you can see this, the typical score chart of the GMAT, it starts from 25 each, and you get the lowest possible score when you get 25 band in verbal and in quants. But if you see this this chart, you will see that scores keep going up all the way to 800, and you start hitting 800. You hit 800 only in the extremely rare case of getting 51 band in verbal and 51 band in quants. When you hit these two bands, that's when you get an 800 overall. And when we talk about 750 plus, this is the band that gives you 750 plus. Bottom right. So you hit a 50, 51 in verbal, and you hit a 44 to 51 in quants. So on both these columns, you will be 750 plus. If you hit 50, 51 in verbal, and your quants is between 44 to 51, 45 to 51. So you can have a lowest possible score of 45 in one section and 51 in the other. Similarly, if you hit 51 in quants, okay, sorry, I think I made a wrong box here. This box keeps going like this and goes this way. So if you get, and 43, for some reason, 43 as a score is not given on verbal at all. So if you hit a 42 on verbal, even a 41 on verbal, and 51 on quants, you are still at 750 plus. So this is the small box on which you have this thing. So if you're hitting, let's say 51, but to get to 51 in quants, you need to be really good with the quant section. You want 50 on quants. If you're at 50 on quants, you need 42 on verbal. You get 49 on quants, you need 44 on verbal. So broadly speaking, if you look at the band, the sum of the bands, if you start hitting the sum of the bands around at 93, 94, the maximum sum of the band is 102, 51 plus 51. If you can hit a band of 51 plus 51 of 102, you get 800 out of 800. That's a world record score. But if you are in the 93, 94 plus range, only then you can hope to get a 750 plus. So the moment you're doing badly at one section, if your quants is at 38 to 40, then no matter what you do in verbal, you cannot hit more than 720, 730. And that's why this is a very scientific exam, because of this chart that you see here. So the more you go, just take this to the right, 1 point, every point that you keep gaining on the band on the verbal section, and every point that you keep gaining on the band on the quant section, the more you reach these numbers. So this is the key score chart that you have to understand if you are trying to take the GMAT exam, right? And as I already told you, that we have this offer for people who are attending today, and the offer is just available for the next 24 hours for you, and you can take up this course. And the GMAT classes, specifically the first batch at Mindworkzz, is going to be exclusively taken by me. The quants is going to be completely taken by me, and the verbal is going to be taken by Meenakshi ma'am. So we will get the structure of the program will be such where we'll release some videos for you. You watch the chapter, then we'll give you a practice assignment on that chapter, practice questions. We'll also give you the official guide of GMAT, and we'll give you access to one test series from either Manhattan or from a couple of other sources that we are looking at. So we are trying to evaluate which one we should give as part of the course, but that access we'll get from our side up. So